My pregnant girlfriend carried our child for 9 months, only to hide the birth and tell me that the child is not mine. To preface, the situation is still raw as this has only transpired within the last couple days and my mind is clouded with such grief for what I've lost, but I need to write down how I feel and I feel I need to share what has happened to somebody even if it is the internet. Approximately 9 months ago, my 28M then girlfriend, 28F, of 2.5 years came to me with the surprise that she was pregnant with our child. We never quite stayed as safe as we should have in the bedroom in the first place and we knew that, but we both understood the risk and accepted the consequences of our actions. For further context, she's lived part-time at both her abusive ex-boyfriend's parents' house and her father's apartment part-time. They broke up but both wanted to keep their 3 pets, so they decided to live separately while one or the other took care of their pets until they either of them found a home to take them to. At the time I was emphatic to her situation because I can understand how hard it can be to leave a bad situation and wanted to be supportive of her journey, so I told her I understood. I know it sounds odd and it is, but the roses-colored glasses of love covered my eyes really good apparently. We were both shocked but she assured me that it would be best if we terminate the child and we would own up to this. As the days passed and our window closed we became more and more attached to the idea that we could truly love this child regardless of the challenges, and it became more and more difficult to carry though with an abortion. She booked an appointment, and while she was in the waiting room, she calls me to admit she was scared to carry though with the abortion. She got cold feet, and right on the spot we both agreed to keep this child and forever tie ourselves together by caring for and loving this child. Our top priority from now on would be our child. At the time I was living with a roommate who was actually related to my girlfriend, and once we broke the news to him, we immediately put in motion plans to move out, purchase a home to raise this child. The first really big red flag was how apprehensive she was to financially combine our incomes in order to purchase a home together. She convinced me that many couples she know have only one name on the deed of the house and that she assured she would be financially responsible for the child while I stayed financially stable with the home. At the time I guess I convinced myself that it made sense, but nonetheless I was able to find and purchased a wonderful house and have been renovating ever since to make this house into a loving home. I was never ready to be a father in the first place when she first told me, but as the delivery date came closer and closer, my excitement for being a father soured. I couldn't have been happier and I couldn't wait to hold my child in my arms and tell them how much I loved them. We agreed to have this child, and both stepped up to the challenge of being the best parents we could no matter what. We went to doctor appointments together, went to ultrasound together, I got blood work done to confirm health concerns for our child, etc. We had a gender reveal party and a baby shower party that we planned together and shared with our community, families, co-workers and loved ones. We were showered with nothing but support from everybody, and I can never express how appreciative I was to all the people who wanted to help us raise our child. I held her stomach in my arms and spoke to this child in her womb about the love she has from both of us, while my girlfriend always assured me what a great father I would be. Our new house was now purchased and all prepared to bring home our daughter as the delivery date came closer. Our daughter had their own room and all the supplies, toys, car seats, walkers, bedtime books and diapers one could possibly ask for. I read and researched all about fatherhood and what I need to do to be the best father figure I could possibly be for when the child arrives. About 20 days ago, however, and with a due date of late October, my girlfriend became noticeably distant and was still living at her ex's place even though she assured me she would begin moving her stuff soon. Not communicating and asking to have space before she delivered this child. I can understand a pregnant woman wanting some space, and not wanting to move all her stuff while she was nesting. My job as a father is to be supportive and empathic to the physical and emotional challenge a woman has with birthing a child, so I think I chalked up as pregnancy hormones and her need to nest. But the due day came closer and closer and she more and more began to actively avoid me and everybody who was concerned with her isolation. I started to beg to know what was happening via text message and calling, but would always reply she was fine and just wanted space. Our due date came, and our due date quickly passed, and I had not information from her to tell me what was happening or where she was. 3 weeks past her due date she still did not tell anybody, myself and concerned family members, what was happening, and my concerns became more and more focused on the health of our child and her well-being and if they were in jeopardy. I needed to step in cause something felt very, very wrong. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and confront her at her last known location, which was at the time her ex's parents' house. She came to the door, no baby bump anymore, and stone cold told me the child wasn't mine and that the child has been born already. According to her, it was her ex-boyfriend's child, because it looks more like him. As she told me this, her coward of a man hid in the window of his parents' house while she broke the news to me. I never even saw the child that I thought was mine this whole time and have been robbed of a daughter. It feels like my child has been kidnapped, but I'm the only person in the world who is left to feel this empty pain while they experience the miracle of a newborn child in a broken home. It's been few days since I confronted her and I still feel shock. It still doesn't feel real. I've been pacing for hours on end and crying till I'm numb. I feel like a grenade has blown up in my face, and that the daughter I thought I would raise has been ripped away from my soul. My mother's hopes of being a grandmother were shattered when I told her. And our family is in pure disbelief of what has transpired. I demanded she conduct a paternity test on her own accord before I take legal matter to find out the biological father of this child, because she has no evidence to suggest otherwise. Her only evidence is the timeline she has in her head about when she cheated on me with her ex 9 months ago. I am devastated that my hopes for being a first-time father were all built on a lie that she willing perpetrated. I assured her that if this daughter is not mine, I will leave her and her ex alone to start putting back together the broken world they have created together. But if this child is mine, I will fight tooth and nail to be this girl's father regardless of the financial considerations. All I wanted in this world was to be a loving father. I loved a child that might not even be mine because of her lies. So here we are, the two cheaters experiencing the love of a child which was stolen from another expecting father. She messaged me saying she knows she fucked up and that she wanted to tell me sooner but was scared about how I would react. Everything she says cannot be taken as truth anymore, and in the process of losing the daughter I thought I loved, I've lost the trust of a woman who I thought loved me. I'm positive that what I've written will never fully encompass the situation totally and that I'm biased to my own opinions as to how I feel. But all I know is that the love I had for what I thought was possibly my daughter has been extinguished. I don't care about my now ex-girlfriend anymore. I have genuine anger against her and what she has done. All I want now is to find out if this child is mine or not at this point so I can move forward with my life. I'm devastated, I'm angry, I'm ashamed, and I'm broken because of this. There is so much I don't understand still, and so much I need to process, and so much reflecting I need to do as to how I could let somebody trick me so maliciously. I already know I'm a fool on so many levels for ignoring things that should have raised flags, but I think the love I had for my soon-to-arrive daughter made me blind to what was happening around me. As I mentioned, however, I just need to put my thoughts in written and share them with somebody because I've been left high and dry in the home I thought I would bring my daughter back to. I do feel better taking the time to written this down, and I appreciate you all who took the time to read this far and hopefully have some objective insight as to what I could do to move forward from something like this.